Hi, Adrina. This is Adrina's Room, Season 2, Episode 2, entitled My Characters, My Plot, My Story. Okay, so I have been posting my stories online recently, and I have been getting, comments saying it was good. The only problem they had were paragraph breaks and probably just, separating the paragraphs and then the character starts speaking. Okay, so I took into consideration what they said, and I started doing that, and I started to see the difference. The improvements that they constructive criticism made for me. And then I posted on this certain website, and one of my stories, and the author and another author was like, this is not this would have fly in South Carolina because I live in South Carolina, and this is the 1940s, and blacks and whites weren't they didn't coexist together. And I'm thinking, yeah, you have a point, but it's fiction. It's not real. I'm not basing it around nobody's life, so it really doesn't matter that some things are inconsistent. I mean, as much as I want to be a writer, that's one of my biggest dreams, but I mean, shit, I'm just an amateur, and there is research that is involved, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't do no research. It come off my brain, I just get to typing. That's just me. And I feel like it's my story, it's my book. I can do what I want. I love historical period dramas. That's what his story, that's the genre that the story falls under. Why does it matter to you? I'm not fucking writing no story about you. This is a story about characters that's set in this particular time period in this state. And because you live there, it's almost like I'm doing you a disservice by making blacks and whites coexist. One of the characters, she's black and she's wealthy. At that time, that wasn't heard of. But y'all forget that Madam C.J. Walker was the first African American female self-made millionaire. So I don't want to hear no bullshit about a black woman back in the 40s that could not be successful. He had a problem with that shit. I didn't really care. I just feel like, it's my book. I can do what I want to do. And half the damn time, the people who writing them little fan fiction stories, they be fucking taking the characters, and making them how they want them to be. They don't keep their original personalities. They change them to how they want them to act. And then they put a freaking OC in there, and OC stands for original character. They put them in the story, and they got the main character that don't belong to them doing things, and it's a-okay. But because now mind you, mine's an original fiction. It's not no, fan fiction based on somebody else's story off of their characters. This is my story, my plot, my characters. There should be no reason why you got a problem with how the things is being ran. Yes, I have some amateur mistakes that I'm making, but I'm trying to work on that. I'm not no damn professional ass writer. I ain't no published writer, no shit like that. So it's good to get constructive criticism, but I feel like you motherfuckers be acting like I'm just doing the most. And like I said, I just like to put it online because I like to get feedback. But then I learned, people can steal your shit. So I just closed down my account where I post my stories at. But I just feel like, damn, if I want to fucking, make my character African American, self-made millionaire, I can do that. They make it seem like back at that time all they had was fucking white folks that was wealthy. And some black folks that was wealthy. They didn't do just domestic fucking work. And it's probably what he was referring to. That's probably why he was mad that one of my characters were a self-made millionaire. I mean, who does it fucking matter? And I guess because it's a historical period drama, it's set in a certain time period, and I have to go according to how it was back at that particular time. I get it, but motherfucker, it's fiction. They be doing some unrealistic ass shit in these fucking soap operas nowadays. Y'all don't say shit about that bull crap. But the fact that I got my fucking character that's making money and she's a rags to riches story, that's a problem. Because it's in South Carolina and they didn't have blacks that was successful back in South Carolina back at that time. I don't give a damn what part of the South he was in. People could be successful. Just like they had black slave owners back in the 1860s, honey. They didn't talk about that shit. Nobody want to talk about that. But the fact that the motherfucker is successful in the 1940s in the southern United States, that's a problem. They can listen with that bullshit. They can keep it on pushing. And I'm so sick of people having a problem with how things are in your story that you made, that you own, but y'all can fucking take characters that don't belong to your ass and give them personality traits that you want to have, that you want them to have. You can instill that in them, and it's not a fucking problem. But a motherfucker who got their own original story, that's a problem. That's bullshit. I don't agree. I'd rather do original fiction any fucking way because I'm not good with characters that belong to somebody else and doing that. I just that's not my personal strength in writing. My personal strength is writing, and writing is original characters, original fiction. That's me. But you know, people they got a problem with that. Everybody's not gonna like the stories that I write, and that's fine because it opens me up to things. Makes me realize everybody's not gonna like the shit that you write. You can't please everybody. Everybody gonna have a motherfucking problem with the story that you write, baby. That's groovy because I love my characters to death, and that's the main reason why I finish my stories because I have a commitment to them, even though they're not real. I know that sounds crazy, but I have a commitment to them. And I feel like once I start something, I have to finish it. And I'm not gonna lie, there were some stories that I started on, I didn't finish because I couldn't beat that writer's block. But there are two particular stories right now that I'm working on currently, and it's just flowing. It may take me 2 or 3 days to get with it, but baby, once I get with it, I can't stop typing. And it's hard to sit behind a computer and fucking think about what you're gonna do next. And you think about, oh my God, am I gonna piss anybody off? And I don't wanna piss nobody off, but now I really just start not to care because it's not real. Yes, it's set in the 1940s. Yes, this story takes place in South Carolina. Yes. I know that sounds crazy that there's a wealthy African American female that is a rags to riches story, and then there's another family that's African American. They're new money, and they live next door to the one of their main characters too. But they live next to a wealthy white family that's headed by old money heiress and a former military colonel. Yes. That's unheard of back at that time. But remember, it's fiction. It shouldn't fucking matter how the characters are. It ain't like you fucking basing it around somebody's life. That's why I can't really don't write writing fiction because people make it seem like you're supposed to fit into this certain mold and it's certain things that happen and blah blah blah. Bitch, I'm not telling it for nobody else's point of fucking view. I'm not. So if I want to make the fucking one of the characters African American and she's wealthy and she's new money, I can do that because I own the character. That's all I had to say. I had to get that off my chest because I feel like motherfuckers always trying to come for you. And my story not the best. Hell no, I don't think it's the best. I think it suck. But I made a commitment to them. And that's why I go ahead and I finish what I start. So, people can take it how they take it, but that's just how I fucking feel. Um, Everybody's not gonna like that. Like the stories that you put up, whether it's fan fiction or original fiction, everybody not gonna motherfucking like it, and that's fine with me. But I just feel like, as long as I got a support system, and really even then, sometimes I don't even think a support system work because you the one that started this shit. You the one that's gotta finish. So that's all that matters to me. I'll see y'all next week. Kisses.